Hello and welcome into my view. Today is perhaps a great historic day for the great state of Michigan. Today is begins a fight for marriage equality, fighting for the marriage ban in the great state of Michigan. Two lesbian couples are fighting for the right to adopt each other's children, and since they are not legally married, they can't adopt each other's children. Now, you would think the state attorney general would not defend this ban. Well, turns out I was kind of right. He did defend the ban, and I was hoping he wouldn't defend it since an order from the Attorney General Eric Holder said to the state Attorney General, "Do not defend your state marriage ban of same-sex marriage." Well, they're calling experts from his side say gay marriage could be good, gay marriage could be bad, gay adoption could be good, gay adoption should be bad. Well, I want to tell you something from my own perspective. I'm a child of divorce. My mother was divorced because of my father. But I'll get to that in a second. My mother and father were married. My father was not present in my life. I had a mother who raised me all by herself, even when she was married. I had help of two aunts who are still alive, two grandparents who are no longer with me, and also a grandmother who had passed on, and a grandfather, all who raised me while my father wasn't around. When my mother divorced, that same structure still applied. And as I got older, they were still around and they are no longer with me. So, what's considered good parenting? Basically, people who are around and are willing to raise you to be a good citizen, a good person, a good moral, objective person. I had that. So do the kids of these two lesbian parents. So does any other child. You have, for instance, a single mother trying to raise a child of her own, and she could be discriminated for the fact that she doesn't have a family to raise her child. Well, how does anyone not know that a single mother's family could be helping her to raise a child? For example, babysitting, changing the diaper, feeding the baby, etc. It's something we all take for granted. Well, I think Michigan's gay marriage should be outlawed. Not just because of, same sex couples, for the fact of all families. We could say, we could ban interracial marriage. Well, I don't think that should happen at all. So again, when someone says they're fighting for the family, who are they fighting for? Are they fighting for actual families? Are they fighting for supposed religious moral values? Since we all know those that are in marriage for religious reasons tend to wind up in divorce, such as my mother, and she's still married in the eyes of the church since she didn't have a Catholic divorce. But anywho, I'd like for you to think on this, and hopefully the state of Michigan will go towards marriage equality, and I have great confidence that the great state of Michigan will. So as always, stay informed on this important matter which has made national headlines, and as always, ignite the revolution.